Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 10th episode of Tensei shitara Slime Datta Ken, or That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. And last episode, we were finally introduced to our ogres, which a lot of them have been pretty prominent in the opening. So we knew that we'd get them eventually, just 9 or 10 episodes in, but we got there. And there was a bit of misunderstanding that caused a bit of conflict, but I think we kind of got past that, so we should be able to move forward now. Yeah, and also Rimuru got to have fun with his body, his new body for a little bit. That was cool. So let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, play. That time I got reincarnated as a slime. You know, that title. It sounds like it's just like one small passage in his overall biography. Yeah, you know, that time I went into an underwater world and that was cool, but oh, that time I got reincarnated as a slime. That was pretty cool too. Like just a small bit of his story. At least that's how it comes across to me. Hmm. Man, that's quite an impact she can do. Man, it's gonna be really cool when you see Rimuru actually fight, you know? Not like completely overpower some weakling. The Orc Lord. A lot of sweaty goblins. I guess we have meats. Is it good? Is it bad? There we go. Yes, he enjoys it. Because it was a question whether or not he could enjoy food now, so. That would be a very special occasion. Now I just have to grab some pizza. Dwarves and orcs all hanging out together. Even a few ogres mixed in. It's certainly possible, you know, if somebody manipulates things behind the scenes. Well, maybe they were given names and powered up. And now we get to see it. Flaming arrows will be very effective on a village like that. So I guess those are the orcs, but not my mental image of orcs personally. Well, then yeah, that's a pretty big hint that something's up. Like they're getting some sort of assistance. Yes, that's very clear. That's... And there's the mask. That's why he attacked poor Rimuru. Pretty much. Luckily we cleared that up. Possibly. I mean, we kind of saw that before that began. I wouldn't know. Wow, that is really bad. That would do it, yeah, that would upset most people. Freezing, dude. But yes, I agree, she's probably pretty great. Well, she is adorable, so... Revenge against orcs? Someone's having fun. Well, a lot of people having fun. Of course. We'll find them eventually, I'm sure. But yeah, that look was a lack of confidence. Just give them names, it'll probably go better. Here we go. It's a pretty good deal in spite of that. Some great dancing. Yeah, I could always use more subordinates. Yeah, that's something that we need to prepare for ourselves. It's really nuts. Yes, you can trust Rimuru. He's cool. He's a friendly slime. Just keep in mind that you will get a name and you'll become much more powerful, so definitely an offer worth considering, at the very least. I think it's safe to say they'll agree, though. Like I said, the ogres are pretty prominent in the opening. You look a little bit menacing, you know. It's a pretty big choice, but also a fairly easy one, in my opinion. Although we do know these guys have their fair share of pride. That tree did nothing wrong, man. Then that tree wouldn't even be there anymore. Yes. Okay. And Rimuru is pretty strong. I probably. I guess I can always do a more long-term contract afterwards if feelings change. Which I would assume they would. I know that's probably not an easy decision for you, but I believe you made the right one. Yeah, that's definitely the most powerful driving force, I think. Yeah, that tree also had to accept his weakness, just saying. There we go, the true Rimuru. All 4 feet of him. Yes, that's how he rolls. The looking around was just really cute for some reason. He's named a lot of creatures in his day, so... Yeah, which, not that big of a deal. It might... I think it might be a bit more taxing than you might think. These ogres are pretty strong. They're not, you know, goblins or... Because you remember what happened with the direwolf, right? It's so much shorter than all of them, aside from maybe the girl and the old dude. Oh, wow, he didn't even get started yet. Wow. I guess it is difficult to name them. We're gonna wake up to a lap pillow, perhaps? Or waking up to something. Yes, a lap pillow, I believe. It's hard to tell when your entire body's basically a head, but... So yeah, maybe he didn't name them before passing out. It was just edited weird. Yes. Kijin. Benimaru, so we did just skip over the naming. Don't ask me. Okay, so it's like a special ogre. Yeah, he also looks a bit more human. Not quite as dramatic a change as that, but... Shuna. Aren't we all? Yes. I agree. I'm pretty much with all of that. I'm pretty much with all that statement. What'd you get? Shion. Yeah, she also looks more human. Yes. Hakuro. Yes, I cut off that arm for no reason, just grows back on. A little bit. So what's your name? Soe. Looks a little bit less evil now. Makes sense, that's kind of what I figured. Again, to be expected. Was that not obvious? Yes, I believe that's the case. Guess we'll see. Huh. Okay. He definitely looks less scary. Wow. That's how you categorize them? I guess that one's preferred. But yeah, back to the Orc army. Wow, that is a lot. Yeah, the race is kind of scared. I guess those are lizard men. But yeah, pretty much the entire show is taking place in the Great Forest of Jura. I wonder when we're gonna kind of explore outside of that, if ever. Like Rimuru himself going out of that. That's a safe assumption, yeah. Yeah, he might not realize how much of a threat they are. A lot, like 1,000. It's nothing to sneeze at. Oh, damn. Wow. I feel like that's a higher number than we saw before. But yeah, there were a lot of them, so probably more than Lizardman can deal with. It's a good question. How would you feed such an army? Apparently someone is. I heard that too. Probably just a rumor, though. Unique monster, the Orc Lord. Episode title drop. But I guess that's the original that we saw. It would explain that pretty easily. But it wouldn't explain the food thing. We must kill it. Well, that too. Oh, wow. That does sound terrifying. Good question. Yes, possibly a slime could help us. Maybe even his army of goblins, ogres, well, kaijin, whatever, kijin, and dire wolves. Gabiru. Yes. I feel a bit of animosity here. That's certainly interesting. But there's a story there. Wow, those goblin kids don't stand a chance. Oh, ah, ow. And then he just beats all the kids up. Which is always a good way to spend an afternoon, I'm not gonna lie. Yes. So I've heard. Well, that's not surprising. Run away! Ah, no, he got us anyway. I feel like there probably is a connection. I guess he left a grudge. I think so. Yes. Not until I met my true master, you. Wow. Oh my god, Rimuru. Gelmund. Which just makes things interesting. Yes, Gelmund. I know, right? Yes, we have heard the name a couple times. Yes. I'm sure it is. I'm not sure exactly what his overall goal is here, but... Well, they probably just want to talk then. But they're kind of desperate, so... Huh. It's a safe bet, yeah. A few slaughtered children later. I guess he didn't like this assignment. There's a lot of them, dude. Not until he kills the old one, I guess. It's quite the hair for a lizard man. Maybe. That does make a difference. And suddenly the pressure is on. Maybe you shouldn't have talked so much. What's happening right now? I wasn't ready for this. That's not the takeaway from this. You do that, man. I guess they can blush. They have a cool mount, though. Probably not the best idea to raise those death flags, man. This took a turn. Well, I'm not gonna forget his name. Especially because, you know, it sounds like, you know, Gabriel. Gabriel Dropout. I'll be right back while this plays. The last 5 minutes, my cat was whining at the door to get let in, but I can't really pause the video without causing sync issues for people that are playing their copy along with mine, so I try not to do that unless I have to, but, you know, nothing to really see in the ED usually, aside from what I've seen before, which admittedly is not bad, but, yeah, I have seen it before. Yes. And now that I actually see I could see the before and after with the ogres. Yeah, you could definitely see, Shino, the purple-haired girl. You can see what she looked like before, and then bounces to her, you know, evolved state. But not a huge difference after the evolution. Not quite at the same level as the goblins, but noticeable. Definitely noticeable. Can I help you? Gabiru. So definitely an episode focused on him next time. So, that was the 10th episode of the slime becoming an anime. Well, this episode, we obviously kind of foreshadowed the ogres joining us and stuff, and when somebody new joins us, we give them a name so they can become more useful, you know? And don't lay on the cord. Let me just... Okay. Anyway, yes, we had to give them a name, so I figured that soon, probably this episode, that we would give them names, and I was not wrong on that. Now, I don't remember all the names, really. I'll get them down over time, but when I'm suddenly given 5 or 6 new names to remember, I usually don't. That's just how it goes. But, yes, we gave them all names, and they all changed a little bit. Some of them became, you know... Well, they all kind of had more of a human complexion, really. But some of them looked less scary, some of them looked cuter, some of them looked less, you know... Just there's a little bit of changes here and there, but it's not like it's not like they grew 2 feet tall and big muscles or anything. Not quite to that level, or you know, well, the direwolves weren't that drastic of a change. I mean, compared to the goblins. I keep mixing up goblin and orc in my head because now we have both of them in the show. So, and the orcs don't really look like what I imagine orcs being. You know, I usually imagine orcs as the Warcraft version of orcs. You know, green skin and stuff, which the goblins have. So you can see why I get a bit confused on that. But, you know, I know Warcraft didn't invent orcs, you know, but that's just my personal headcanon with orcs, personally. But yeah, we were able to name them all, but that scene was handled in a bit of a weird way. It almost made it look like he was about to start naming and then collapsed, but that was just an editing thing. I guess it just skipped ahead to his, like, last naming, and he was spent at that point. So then we had the reveal afterwards, after he woke up, exactly the different changes, what they look like, the different names, and, you know, pretty cool. Pretty cool. You know, of course, as usual, he just wakes up on a beautiful woman's lap with her boobs on his head. Just, it's the only way to wake up, really, if you're someone as important as Rimuru, of course. But yeah, job well done, upgrading them. Trying to remember what they called them. I think it was a Kijin, something like that. But yeah, basically, you know, upgraded version of the ogres that they were before. So they should be much more powerful, much more useful now. And we got a little bit more insight on the whole, their village being attacked. Now, of course, it was the Orc army, but we also found out about the fact that there's like an Orc Lord, like, ruling over it, which makes sense. I mean, that's probably the first one we saw in a little flashback when he found the Orc collapse in the desert, gave it food and a name and all that. That's probably the person we're talking about with that. So that's something. But I could have swore when they talked about how many of them attacked the Ogre village, it was a lot less than 200,000. I don't remember the exact number. I mean, I thought it was just 1,000, but I could be wrong on that too. But I'm sure it was less than 200,000. I'm almost sure about that. So I guess they could have just built up their army over time. I don't know. But yeah, they definitely were very shocked that that there was such a large, organized, you know, army that somebody could be controlling. That's unheard of for something like as as unruly and gluttonous, you know, as the orcs, basically. But yeah, once they realized, well, they don't know 100% that it's an Orc Lord, but judging by the title of the episode, the audience knows that it's an Orc Lord. But yeah, that basically explains it. It didn't really explain what he feeds them, because that was brought up as well. What do you feed an army of gluttonous orcs of that mass? Like, you know, what I guess you just feed them, you know, their fallen comrades, I guess. But yeah, just that's quite an army to deal with. But yeah, it was not an easy decision for their leader, for the ogre leader, to agree to become a subordinate of Rimuru, especially because we actually had a little flashback bit when he mentioned that he's like rejected Gelman's offer. So obviously he's pretty picky about who he call master. So that led to a pretty funny scene of Rimuru just blushing when he was just like, "Yeah, you're the only master for me." That was pretty funny. I quite enjoyed that. But yeah, basically there are subordinates now. They're all more powerful. Some of them are cuter. Some of them are more pleasant to look at. Some of them are less scary. And they're now part of our army. You know, our very mixed bag army. But I don't know if we could take on an army of 200,000 orcs. That may be a challenge, but I'm sure we could give a pretty good fight, you know, if in the right circumstances. Maybe if we can, you know, catch them and get them at the hot gates where the numbers will count for nothing. You know, that might actually help, but yeah, I mean, what else is there to say on the episode? I mean, I guess I go more detail on the Lizard Man because we met somebody there who, if I read that correctly, you know, one of the Lizard Men, Gabiru, he was given a name by, you know, Gelman, so he was obviously given a power boost by him. I'm sure that will come into play in some capacity in the overall fight against the orcs, one way or the other. But yeah, we have heard talk about that and stuff from Gelman, about Gelman from, you know, the other orc, so other goblins, you know what I mean. So it wasn't a big surprise there, you know, the goblin talking about his brother and all that. So, you know, nice how they all kind of came together, and we're getting more of him. Some talk about the Demon Lord army and Gelman and how he just kind of wanders around giving random people names. I guess not completely sure what his goal in that is, but you know, Gabiru getting kind of pushed into starting a coup or something from his, you know, his little army there. That was kind of funny too. But yeah, the next episode actually has his name in the title, so I'm sure we'll get to see him do something or other next episode. So that should be fun. And we'll probably have a talk with the Lizardmen Probably, because we did talk about them coming to our village, so certainly a possibility. See anything else? You know, just when I see Lizardmen, I think of, you know, Overlord mostly because we have the huge Lizardmen arc in that show. But these are not the same Lizardmen. These are a bit different, you know. No Lulu Priest here. Oh yeah, and Rimuru was able to enjoy his food, which was great. I liked seeing that. Just be able to have those simple pleasures. That's what life's all about. Yeah, that really is about it. So yeah, pretty solid episode, and I look forward to the next one. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.